Hi, I'm Michael, and this is California. And over the last few months, the number of people on food stamps, SNAP, or CalFresh has jumped astronomically. And that's especially because of the need caused by the pandemic as well as the lockdown. And many people who are currently on SNAP, they're actually brand new to SNAP, and they find that the new benefits that they're eligible for their family really helps their family get the healthy food that they need to stay healthy. This doubles for folks who recently got the temporary pandemic EBT card, which is temporary, but is still helpful to a lot of families who are struggling right now. But it's not always clear when you get the SNAP benefits, when you get that card in the mail, exactly what you can use your SNAP benefits for. So today we're going to talk about some of the ways that you should not use your SNAP benefits and what can happen if the SNAP program rules are violated. Now, before we do that, if you like this information, if you find it interesting, if you find it helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. So let's briefly talk about the SNAP program, or the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. This program is previously known as food stamps and provides families with additional resources to get additional healthy food for their families. And the program is primarily based on income and household size for eligibility. Now, for example, SNAP, or CalFresh as it's called here in California, requires a household to have an income that is less than 200% of the federal poverty level. So in 2020, that would mean the household of 3 people would need to have an income that is less than $43,440 per year, or $3,620 per month. And for folks who are eligible for SNAP, they're going to receive a EBT card, which works kind of like a debit card that can be used at farmers markets, grocery stores, and even in some restaurants in some states. There are generally no limit to the amount of one food or another that someone can buy. And in 2019, the program had 38 million participants. And the total budget for SNAP during 2019 was around $60 billion. So as you can see, it's a very large program. And it's only getting larger as in recent months, people are getting their p-ebt cards, which are designed to help out children who normally get free or reduced lunches, but are unable to do so because schools are closed. So needless to say, SNAP is one of the biggest ways that the U.S. government fights hunger. But there are limits to what you can use your SNAP benefits for, and for some folks who knowingly misuse their benefits, there are some pretty serious consequences. Somebody knowingly misusing their SNAP benefits actually has an official name. It's called an Intentional Program Violation, or IPV. An intentional program violation is basically exactly like what it sounds. It's when somebody violates the SNAP program's rules intentionally. And this does not include folks who accidentally or unknowingly break the rules of SNAP. Now, for example, for the SNAP program, this could be something like someone lied and did not tell the whole truth about their family situation in order to be eligible for SNAP. Or somebody withheld information from SNAP about income or household size changes that led them to get additional SNAP benefits that they were not actually eligible for. Or they used SNAP benefits in a way that was not allowed under the SNAP rules, primarily selling or trading SNAP benefits for non-food items or for services. Remember, SNAP and food stamp benefits are really meant for a very specific usage, and that is to provide additional food resources to needy families to prevent hunger. So using SNAP benefits incorrectly or trading them for non-food benefits like alcohol or tobacco or cash or pet foods or toilet papers or diapers can get you in some very serious trouble. Or for example, if you get overpaid on your SNAP benefits and you don't report that back to SNAP or CalFresh, those can all count as IPVs. And the consequences for having an IPV can really vary depending on how many times and what types of IPVs that somebody has. The penalties as a result of intentionally misusing your SNAP or CalFresh benefits can really depend on somebody's IPVs and how many they have had. So for example, if someone only has one IPV, it can mean that they get banned from SNAP for 12 months or more. If they have 2 IPVs, it can mean that they get banned for up to 24 months. For 3 IPVs, it can mean that someone could be potentially disqualified from SNAP for life. Additionally, you can have more severe consequences depending on the type of violation that was done. So for example, if you trade your SNAP benefits for drugs or alcohol, this can cause a person to be banned for 24 months, even if it is the first time that they've ever had an IPV. Or for example, trading food stamps for guns or ammunition or explosives can also mean automatic lifetime ban from SNAP benefits. Or for example, selling your food stamps for the amount of $500 or more could also mean a lifetime ban for your food stamps. Or even getting something like more than one SNAP allotment at a time can result in a ban for 10 years or more. And again, this is no way an exhaustive list, but just an example of some of the consequences that somebody may face for intentionally mishandling their SNAP benefits. If you're accused with an IPV, you'll get 2 notices from SNAP or from CalFresh. The first one they send is called a notification of suspected intentional food stamps program violation. The second one is called a waiver of rights to administrative disqualification. And these 2 forms are really meant to notify you that you've been accused of an IPV and to inform you about the proceedings against you. If you get these forms, you may want to contact a lawyer to better understand what these forms mean and what are your options for moving forward. But really, overall, the IPV is really meant to catch those people who are knowingly violating the regulations of SNAP, and not really meant for those people who are accidentally or unknowingly using their SNAPs in a way that violates the program's rules. If you're unsure about what is the correct way to use your SNAP benefits, I'll put a link down below that explains what things you should be able to use your SNAP and CalFresh benefits for. But just remember, if you're unsure about what you're doing with your SNAP benefits, if it's a doubt, it's probably a don't. Thank you so much for watching our videos, and I hope you found them interesting or helpful or at least useful. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. Also, if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. We love to see your comments and questions, and we'll be happy to make a new video or a new post as soon as we can. Now also, we here at California, we know health insurance. So whether it's private health insurance or Covered California or Medicare or Medicaid or Medi-Cal or even health insurance for a small group, we know health insurance because it can be very complicated coming out of your work insurance and having to find private health insurance. Or maybe you're turning 65, you're trying to figure out what are the best Medicare options that fit your needs as well as your budget. Or maybe even you're coming out of Medicaid or Medi-Cal and you're trying to figure out what are your options on the private side. We can help you with all those different questions. So if you have a question about your healthcare, leave it down below. We'll be happy to make a new video or post for that as well. Now, other than that, I'm Michael and this is California, wishing you a happy, healthy